What is good, people? You join me for another tea time chat with Bertie. Today's tea is turmeric. Literally maybe like a half a teaspoon of organic turmeric, hot water, then a little bit of cold water to make it drinking temperature. But reading up on turmeric and looking at the work of Dr. Greger and all the science behind turmeric. Turmeric is a very healthy thing to include in our diets every day. So I'm doing that. But I'm not here to talk about turmeric. Not today anyway. Today I'm going to talk about apathy. I'm going to talk about like illusions of happiness that we as humans we believe things. So an example is like if this video gets 10 likes or it gets 0 likes, sometimes as humans we can think that the 10 likes is better than the 0 likes, but it's an illusion, because a like is it's basically like a load of pixels on a screen. It doesn't actually mean anything, but in our heads we can think that it means something good, but actually it's just there. It's just pixels, whether it's no pixels or the equivalent of 10 likes pixels. And this came about because I think this is quite a new phenomenon. Like my granddad never really had a mobile phone. He didn't have like social media, and so in his life he never really thought about social media at all. So it's quite interesting now, when our lives are quite integrated into social media, that there can be lives, there are people who have lives who don't include social media. And he said lots of things, my granddad, but you know, I didn't necessarily take on board every word he said. But he pointed out one time that people of my age, so I'm like around 40, this was maybe like 15 years ago, so I was like mid-20s, and he was like, people your age want everything right now. We want instant results. And I think that's sped up a bit as well with mobile phones and like social media, where we have this instant like expectation. And nature's quite as in plants, they're quite a good example of basically things just take time. Like if I want to grow turmeric, I have to plant it, wait for the right environmental elements, so like enough water, enough sunlight, and then eventually the turmeric will grow. And then similarly, I've got some nettle plants outside that I've planted, ready for my nettle tea. So it'll be sort of after, you know, it's quite local, no environmental footprint, no. I'm doing a bit of an experiment to see if I can grow nettles and then use them medicinally, like just to drink basically. And I like the taste. But the ones that, you know, I've given them enough sunlight, I've given them enough food, I've given them nice soil, I've given them a nice pot. They probably don't really know about the pot, but it's taken me maybe 3 months to grow the nettles. But like with this video, I don't have any expectation about likes or shares or reach or whatever, views or whatever, because it just is. I'm making this video because I can, in a way, and also because hopefully something I say might resonate with people, might help them in some way, might like educate them, might help them connect dots. And I'm literally sitting behind a curtain because I thought it was going to be better for the video. That's why I'm doing it. But it's interesting because we have very busy lives, or we can have very busy lives, and we have lots of distractions going on and lots of like events all happening at the same time. But for animals, the animals that we eat, not the animals who get nice lives in our homes generally, the animals that some people eat and who live in the UK are generally behind a curtain. And when I say behind the curtain is because we don't see what happens to the animals. Some people do, but the majority of us don't see what happens behind the curtain. But I feel that we all should see what's behind the curtain, because we can make an informed decision about what is happening to animals. And if we look behind the curtain, like I totally implore anyone who eats animal products to watch the film Dominion all the way through, because it reveals what we do to animals, the craziness of the open air prisons, as I call them, the corrugated sheds, the diseases, the filth, the suffering that they experience, all happens behind a curtain, behind closed doors generally. And if you watch Dominion or any of the other, there's Earthlings, there's Dominion, there's Land of Hope and Glory, there's The Ghosts in Our Machine, there's loads of them. I've got a link to others as well on my website, but watch Dominion as much as you can of it. I think that if you eat animal products, you should watch the whole film. But if you get to a point where, or in any time when you see animal suffering, where, you know, animals for food, maybe it's like a little short clip on social media. If you feel that you can't look at it, then you probably shouldn't be eating it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a sign. That's a sign that, oh, I can't look at that. But by eating it, you're funding it and you are propping it up. So you don't have to do that. You biologically, you don't need to eat animal products. So you don't have to fund that industry that causes that suffering to those animals. So please all watch Dominion, or Earthlings, or Land of Hope and Glory, or all three, or any undercover footage of how animals are really treated. Make up your own minds and then think, oh, actually, I've seen behind the curtain. I don't like it. I don't like it behind the curtain. So I'm going to change something. And the most effective form of change will be through your diets, through the things that you put onto your plates. I think that you should put plants onto your plates and not others. I don't think you should put animals are people too. I don't think you should put animals on your plates. And yeah, please don't. And please don't put animals on your plate. And if you need help not putting animals on your plate, give me a shout. I'm happy to help. But please look behind the curtain. Please watch Dominion. Make up your own mind and realise that it's crazy and mental what we're doing to animals. And be wary if you're getting sucked into the illusion of chasing likes and feedback on social media, because life still exists, not necessarily inside those social medias. And if this video gets 0 likes, I will hopefully be able to have the same reaction if it has 1 million likes. Do you know what I mean? It's not about the likes, it's about the content that I'm making. And a lot of what I do is about helping animals, because they are, by numbers, they are the most oppressed beings on Earth by miles. And we can change their suffering. We can change the horrible things that are happening to them through our actions. So please take action. Please help animals. Please stop eating them. And hope you have a lovely day. Peace.